it's not Dawn of the Dead, it's Shaun of the Dead. It's literally made as a comedy.
What about dialogue-heavy tutorials if they want to do stuff like that? Scooby-Doo's gonna go.
Do you think people are going to be watching?
If I am correct, and you can fact check me on this, there are more women than men.
I know 5.
And most women have seen Love Actually.
They'll run away. They'll be able to do the ASMR videos,
Run
like
away.
I said.
That's a whole video running.
Imagine this. Imagine.
Over and over and over and
Over and over and over and over and... Plot Armor! Hello and welcome to this episode of Plot Armor, the show where we fight tough, but we fight fair, to answer stupid questions about movies you love, hate, or have never heard about. I'm your host for this episode, Caleb Jansons, and we have got a very exciting episode planned. I'm going to jump straight into the introductions. So, from pop culture merch to events that enthrall, rolling deep in the geek world, he's mastered it all. Give it up for Michael Lovemore. Woo! There we go. Just a little interesting fact that no one will find interesting but me. I have you saved on my phone as Michael Lovecraft, and I've never bothered to change it.
That's epic. And you're comparing me to Lara Croft. I'm cool with that.
There we go. You know what? But also, we've had this discussion before that we think like Lovemore is probably like the coolest surname we've had on the show. So you have that title.
Yeah.
You are also returning as a champion because you won your previous episode. So that's exciting.
I'm going to push to win this one as well, so be prepared.
But for those who haven't watched you on our previous episodes, do you want to give just a little short introduction to yourself? Maybe shout out Mythical Mecha.
Of course. So, my name's Michael Lovemore. So, Mythical Mecha is a company that strives to be the ultimate pop culture geek hub. At the moment, we have a website with multiple merchants and artists on it, an event calendar and featuring different art and whatever. So, if you're interested in getting some cool things, we're also hosting an event on November 15th, I think it is, at Nexus Hub. Give us a call, message, whatever you guys want.
Cool. And then moving on, we have the lady sitting on that couch there. I started committing to a sentence before I could say the sentence.
I'm dying to know this introduction because you spoke Michael up so much. I'm like...
She geeks out on movies and crafts her own spin, racing through 48-hour deadlines and still grinning within. Give it up for Hannah Flynn. There we go.
I didn't think that you could rhyme.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing I don't write these. Vincent does.
Hey, you can rhyme.
He's a poet, don't you know?
Yeah, I'm Hannah. Hi.
Hi,
Hannah. No, I'm not. So yeah, I mean, I make my own short films in my spare time. I do everything that I possibly find interesting. So hence why I'm here. And yeah, next 48 hour, as you mentioned, is 10th of October. Dreading it because it's only horror themed.
Every time Hannah and I talk, she's like, oh, I found another 48-hour film. And I'm like, okay.
It'll be the third one this year, but this one I'm dreading. 24 different genres of horror. I didn't know that there were that many.
I thought there were only 23. I'll be damned.
Oh, yeah, no, I told Caleb about it and he can list 23, you know? Granted, he did just say, like, slasher 40 times, but hey!
Slasher, sequel genre. And then we're going to be moving on to a man that you should recognize. He's been on multiple times. He knows his paper even more than he knows his law, yet he has movie knowledge that you just can't ignore. Everybody give it up for Jeff Cattart. There we go. So, Jeffrey, tell us a little bit more about the paper business. Specifically, the toilet paper business.
Well, yes, I make toilet paper for a living. How interesting is that?
Really?
Yes, I do.
Do you do the cute ones where you, like, print stuff on it?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, well,
Can we get discounts if we know you?
Custom orders.
Yeah, we can actually arrange that.
I like the
everybody's
heart-shaped
getting it.
ones.
And get you in touch with our sales executive. So yeah, I'm an engineer by day. I work in quality management and I love movies every other minute that I'm not at work. So I'm so happy to be here on the other side of the camera. I'm usually behind the scenes helping make the magic happen. So thank you for having me. Very excited.
Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, no, Jeffrey usually sits where Vincent is sitting right now, and you can't see where I'm pointing, so just pretend.
You could be pointing at nothing.
I could be pointing at nothing, but Jeff...
Vincent could be over there. We don't know.
Thankfully, Vincent has a mic, so Vincent, make a sound quickly.
I've been whispering into this thing.
It would have been funny if he did nothing, and then we do
Can we
look
actually
crazy.
capture a photo from our perspective and edit him in?
He's going to go... I don't have time to edit that. Okay, cool. But obviously, guys, we can see there are drinks in front of us. These are from the fantastic Tibidine as normal. So everyone just take a big sip quickly. Oh, stir first. Everybody stir first.
Stir, not shaken.
It's a...
Can we shake it as well?
It's a good thing Suela's behind the camera to
We could
remind me
try.
to say that. This episode is called Kiwi Green.
No, that drink is called Kiwi.
This drink is called
I was
Kiwi Green.
wondering, how is this
Fuck it,
episode
the
being
episode-
linked to kiwis?
The episode's also called Kiwi.
Wow, this is
That's
incredible.
one for my quote, all right?
I wanted to make a joke and take a huge sip, but like there's a lot of pieces in there and almost choked to death. That's actually the good endorsements is coming.
amazing.
It's my favorite flavor so far.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, no, I think it's
He's going
amazing.
to, when the camera stops running, he's like, I hate it.
We need to take that mic off Vincent because he doesn't shut up.
This is our episode,
This is
Vincent.
our episode, Vincent. This is not about you.
Yeah, we've got a mic here. We don't need a mic there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But we are not here to talk to Vincent, and we're not here to only drink drinks. We are actually here to argue and fight and turn friends into enemies.
No.
So, Jeffrey's only got so many, he can't afford to lose them.
I love people, and I'm all about peace, not violence and war.
Oh, no, violence is epic. You get to beat people.
That's what you would say, Michael.
Okay, let's jump into the rules.
The rules are simple. 3 contestants face off over 5 debate topics. Each round runs 10 minutes, and the host awards a point to the most passionate debater, the one with the sharpest argument and fiercest rebuttal. After 5 rounds, the top 2 scorers enter the speed round showdown. 5 rapid-fire questions with just 20 seconds to argue and 15 seconds to rebut. The overall winner gets crowned main character of the episode, while the other gladiators fade into obscurity as the extras.
So, some insights into some of the questions that we will be asking. We're also going to ask you questions about the absolute best opening movies and scenes, as well as finding out once and for all which movie character would make the best YouTuber. But we're going to jump straight into question 1. When you have succeeded in making something amazing, it's perfectly natural to feel nervous and wonder, how the hell do I follow that up? Well, suck it up and get great, stay in line, do all of that amazing stuff, and... I'm sorry. I'm going to just ask you guys, which director fell off the hardest? And Jeff, we'll start with you.
Start with me. Okay, so I believe the director that fell off the hardest has to be Zack Snyder. His career started off with a genuine spark of genius, and then any subsequent movie he really released just really led to more disappointment and was very painful to see. I love the guy as a human being, and I think he's got a lot of potential. I think Zack Snyder is literally the definition of great potential and inconsistent delivery. So yeah, Zack Snyder.
And Hannah, your answer?
George Lucas.
Why do you say
That's
George
a bit
Lucas?
controversial.
Hot.
No, guys, no, think about it. Okay.
Okay, explain.
So, all right. He created Star Wars. Okay. We all know and love Star Wars. Okay. He only directed the first one. Okay. He had help for the other 2. And then he did the prequels. He did the first 3. And we all know that those aren't that great. So without help, George Lucas is not as good of a director. And that is why he fell off the hardest.
And then Michael, your answer?
Let's set the framework for this question. To have the biggest downfall, you have to have a peak and a drop. So let's look at M. Night Shyamalan. He had phenomenal movies where people literally compared him to Spielberg. It's literally saying he's the next Spielberg, with movies such as Unbreakable, Sixth Sense, which is probably one of the most well-known movies, and Signs. And then came the utter bullshittery of Avatar, The Last Airbender, After Earth. I don't even know what people... He started off with such high potential. Out of the rest of the people that you guys have mentioned, he started off with most likely one of the highest potentials, and he chucked it away where he's become now a comedic trope. People now look at M. Night Shyamalan movies as, what twist are they going to bring? But they don't watch it because it's an epic movie. They watch it because it's going to be an M. Night Shyamalan plot twist. He had such a big descent from where he was at the beginning. So I think it's M. Night Shyamalan.
Cool, well guys, fight it out.
So who's going to take the first jab?
I'm going to go against M. Night Shyamalan here. I think, as much as he's known for these big plot twists in his movies, it still draws people to go to the cinema because you want to see how is the story going to unfold, how is it going to shock me to my core, and I think that still gets people going. I think the disappointments with The Last Airbender, After Earth are very exaggerated in a way. I know they're not necessarily the greatest
Well, they
movies.
were absolutely terrible.
Yeah, but
it's because his goods were so good.
It doesn't matter if his
thing
goods are
is-
so good.
yes.
That's exactly the point that we're trying to argue.
yes, I
do
do
you start?
agree.
Oh, so you're agreeing with me?
I do agree
point
that they
is-
were bad. No, I agree that they were bad.
And you agree that he was good at the beginning, correct?
I agree that he makes good
So he
movies
had a
still.
descent. He had a descent from his peak.
Everybody has a descent.
But I don't
Everybody's
think-
gonna make a flop.
I don't
Okay,
think
okay. Let's look at the movie Old, which is one of the new
Yeah,
movies that he's
yeah.
directed. Objectively, it's an alright movie. Compared to his trash movies at the beginning, it got praise. How bad do you need to fall off as a director for your bad movies to be considered good?
Okay, but
let's compare it. Sorry.
no, go, you go.
No, I also want to see what this
No,
is
but
going.
Let's compare it to Zack Snyder, right?
Yeah.
You had Zack Snyder,
yeah, I
correct?
Zack Snyder, yeah.
So, I want to say he didn't really have a fall off. He started well with Watchmen, 100%. Absolutely phenomenal. I think 300 was also one of his movies that he
300
directed.
also.
But I wouldn't say he had as big a downfall as he was polarizing. I mean, he literally convinced he convinced the producers and the publishers to release the Snyder Cut. I mean, he has a following. Whether his movies are trash or not is beside the point. He has a cult following. Not many people like the M. Night Shyamalan movies anymore. They watch it as not even a cult classic. Half of these movies, I mean, Avatar Last Airbender is not even so bad that it's good. It's just trash. People don't want to watch his movies. At least Zack Snyder has it for him where they still want to watch his movies because he's polarizing. He has a cult following. With George Lucas, I don't know if it was... I think he just cashed out. I mean, yes, he directed the prequels, but if you speak to anyone now, that they'll most likely defend the prequels, people that grew up
Yes,
with him.
because the sequels are bad.
The sequels he didn't write.
I know he didn't.
I know, but...
And it is because of the fact that if you... Okay, so
Can you consider it a descent if people like it now?
Because people can be blinded by CGI.
But we're talking about director quality, not people's
Yes, we
reactions to
are.
it.
Yes, but then again, with your M. Night Shyamalan thing, okay, you mentioned that Snyder has a cult following. So does Shyamalan.
Not
he
really.
does. If you have a card in Cards Against Humanity, you have a cult following.
Well, no, his cult doesn't even like his movies anymore. So,
Really?
yes, so you can say that he's definitely had the biggest descent. George Lucas cashed out Snyder's polarizing.
I'm going to interject here. The question is, fell off the hardest.
Yes.
All right. So if I look at M. Night Shyamalan, it was not a straight decline with the films that he was releasing.
It did. It went from flop to flop.
What about Split?
Split. Okay, yes, I knew you guys were
Okay,
going to bring up
Split was a very good one.
And Split is a phenomenal movie, but
Okay,
we're talking
so
about a
then
general
not straight
outline.
decline.
What happened straight after that? Glass was not as good as Split.
Yeah, but it wasn't-
Can you consider outliers? And everyone's got an outlier.
It was an okay movie. I think it measures up almost as on par with Old. You know?
Again,
but it
because,
wasn't
because of the
straight
trash
decline.
movies. Like, I mean, what the hell was After Earth? It was a nepotism movie. It was poor direction, poor quality, poor productivity. I mean, when you talk about where he was, even if you cut it there at Split, if you consider his career before the time, stop it at Split, he still had a descent from being considered close to Spielberg to just dropping all the way down with Avatar, After Earth, and The Happening. You know, The Happening was so bad that Mark Wahlberg literally said, I did not want to be part of that movie anymore. I don't want to be considered part of that movie. For a character that was part of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch to say he doesn't want to be part of he doesn't want to be like tied into that movie anymore, you know that M. Night Shyamalan has made some questionable decisions leading to his descent.
Okay, my thing with Shyamalan is that he has never done the same thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
No movie is the same,
Yes.
okay? He has taken a risk every time.
I'll gladly say you
respect that,
I'll
right?
gladly say he took a risk. It failed, but he took the risk.
Exactly, but you took the risk, did you not?
Fair, but it still led to his downfall.
But if, for example, like with Zack Snyder, everything is sort of like superhero vibes. He went the same sort of direction every time, and then he done slip up.
I wouldn't say that Zack Snyder slipped up. He kind of timed it poorly. I mean, technically DC had a bit of a head start to Marvel at the beginning, and then came the Snyderverse, and they sort of like reset everything with they restarted Batman, tied the whole story together, and by then it's almost that Marvel had almost overtook them. So you can almost attribute some of Zack Snyder's downfall, not really that he had a downfall, he's still polarizing and a big cult following, but you can almost attribute any downfall to being compared to Marvel. I don't think that's the director's fault. The fact that he still has some pretty good movies. I mean, if you objectively separate the movie from the entity, some of them are pretty good.
I don't think so. I mean,
Jeffrey, make this your closing
argument. Okay, so if you look at like Zack Snyder's filmography, I mean, Sucker Punch was very divisive, was much more of a visual spectacle than anything. Style over substance doesn't necessarily work, and I think that's where he focuses a lot of his attention when he makes his movies. And the character development is not there. Sucker Punch was not really well received. Then moving over to Batman v Superman, it wasn't. Also, you're taking these big cultural phenomena and putting them against each other, but also very divisive, and then it led to it becoming a meme with the whole Martha thing. And then if I look at as well, just want to jump to George Lucas because I want to touch on that. George Lucas created Star Wars, but the prequels are very divisive as well. But if you look at Star Wars fans today, even when they go to Star Wars Celebration, they are praising the prequels because they love Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, Hugh McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So they still get a lot of praise. There's a lot of good in that. So I don't think it's a straight decline with both of those directors. George Lucas has Star Wars. M. Night Shyamalan has redeemed himself with a few projects along the line. But I think the decline from, Zack Snyder has been more straight than anything. So again, I stand by him saying that he had great potential. He could have been this generation's director of choice to really take comic book movies to the next level, but it's really led to more divide than bringing the community together.
Michael, let's get your closing arguments.
All right. So, I mean, you said it yourself. Zack Snyder is polarizing and he's divisive, which means that he's still 50-50 population and quite likes him. So, I don't think he had a downfall. I just think he's polarizing. George Lucas cashed out on money. He's also not really had a decline. I mean, like I actually agree with Jeff. People support the prequels now. It's not really a downfall. And yes, M. Night Shyamalan had Split, but straight after Split, he started descending again. His quality deteriorated from his peak. When it comes to a downfall, I think it's quite clear that M. Night Shyamalan started literally on the peak of greatness and heading for success. And after flop after flop after flop, he just kind of tarnished his name. And yeah, I'm a strong advocate for saying M. Night Shyamalan, who could have been, is not a bean anymore, if that's how I'm going to leave it.
And then Hannah, let's bring it home with you.
My opinion on George Lucas is, if you know this, the only reason why the first movie was actually saved and is iconic is because his wife, an Academy Award-winning editor, edited the movie. That is why the line, "May the Force be with you," is actually in the movie, because George Lucas didn't want it in there because he didn't feel it was necessary. George Lucas builds worlds. He doesn't build storyline. Okay, he has admitted he hates writing dialogue. That is why you notice in the first 3 that were released, episode 4, 5, and 6, okay, you have dialogue, you have character development, you have all of that. Do you know why? Because George Lucas wasn't involved. The first 3, we have 6 minutes of a pod race. That's all you have. There's no character development. That is why I believe he fell off the hardest. He may have created Indiana Jones as well. He didn't direct it. That was Spielberg. So he can only work in a group. He cannot work on his own. And that is why he had the biggest decline, because we give him hype for something he never did.
Do you want to fact check us, please? Vincent, fact check!
Okay, yes, but it's fine. I serve one purpose, and that is to tell you where you all were wrong, and luckily it doesn't match. I think I mostly confirmed what you guys already said. Everyone was beating around the bush with what Zack Snyder's first movie was. It was Dawn of the Dead. No one said it. And you go like, oh, it was 300. No, it's Dawn of the Dead was Zack Snyder's first film. Doesn't change anything, but it's very frustrating that was never mentioned. 2004.
That was a good movie.
And you are correct. George Lucas did direct the first Star Wars movie, Star Wars 4, Episode 4. Irvin Kershner directed the fifth one. Yeah. The second released one. And then Richard Marquand, the sixth. There is a Cards Against Humanity card with M. Night Shyamalan's name on it, and it reads, in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, Bruce Willis discovers that blank had really been blank all along. And then lastly, I can confirm that George Lucas's ex-wife at the time, did edit Star Wars Episode 4, but I could not, in the short amount of time I had left, find anything about her being the reason that that iconic line was kept in it. Maybe it is so, just didn't have time to make sure. That's it, bye-bye.
Thank you.
He didn't disappear downwards.
Yeah, no, he's...
He pops up and then just...
Yeah, there's a... Interesting fact, Vincent's got a sore back at the moment.
It's my thing, walking it.
So, thank you so much for those facts. Unfortunately, well, actually, fortunately, in this case, my answer hasn't changed based off of any of the fact checking. So, honestly, without much internal thoughts of my own, I'm going to give this point straight to Michael, because as soon as I saw the answer, I was like, oh, yeah, no, he fell off hard. And I felt that neither of you did a good enough job of basically explaining your downfall. Hannah, I think you argued to your detriment by going, George was never great in the first place.
That's what I wanted to say at the end, but then like the closing arguments.
But then he didn't fall off. Because he was never.
He was there the whole time.
He was always there.
But if you give somebody enough hype and then you realize that they didn't, is that not a fault?
Yeah, no, yeah, no. Yeah, no.
I think nah.
So
You just want to win.
Of course, it's my goal.
Yeah, he wants to keep that going. Michael sent me a WhatsApp a few days ago. He's like, if I win this one, you guys are in trouble. I'm going to get so cocky.
I said I'm going to start an unbeatable streak.
Okay, so we're moving on to question 2. We at Plot Armor are bloody clever. We clearly illustrate this by making a question about great opening film scenes. Our very first Wait, we made a mistake because this isn't our first question.
They're very smart.
We
Very
stuffed
smart.
that up. Oh, well.
I think keep it rolling.
No, that's the joke. Anyway, the opening of a film is often a make or break of its audience's retention. So what is the greatest opening scene in a movie ever? Let's start with Hannah.
And I know why you wanted to start with me, because I'm probably the most controversial answer. Now, I spent 2 days thinking about this. 2 days I overthought this, okay? I had a list of answers. And then I realized that we are basing movies off of sensationalism, right? Most movies have a very dramatic opening, okay? Blood, guts, gore, somebody dies, okay? Which is where you're gonna go, I know that. And what is the most accurate opening? And that is Love Actually, right? It is just a monologue. It is real footage of people in an airport that was not scripted, that was not designed. It is random people meeting each other at an airport. And it is a realistic depiction of love. We don't focus on the happy moments because they don't make news, because they're not newsworthy, right? We need to focus on the happier side of things. An opening scene is meant to tell you what the movie's supposed to be about, right? That's what Love Actually does. It is the perfect depiction and opening of a movie.
Jeffrey, you're thinking quite hard. Give us your opening statements.
So I went with Disney Pixar's Up. I think this is, the opening scene kind of tells the whole life story in under 10 minutes. I know it's a long scene, but very much it tells the story of how Carl and Ellie met, fell in love, went on this journey of life doing it together, which then led to some disappointment and despair and ultimately loss. I think it's a very universally relatable opening scene that even kids could gravitate to, and there's the emotional depth that adults and adult themes could really tap into and adults could understand. So I went with that because I think seeing a life's journey in such a short amount of time really got people attracted to what's going to happen next. Carl just lost Ellie. Where does he go from there? And that's why I went with Disney Pixar's Up.
And Michael, let's move on to you.
I mean, my answer is Lion King. So I'm sorry if that was loud and out of this world, but
How many times did you have to read those lyrics?
No, I learned the lyrics. I learned the lyrics.
I was listening. I was like,
Whole car ride on the way.
I actually know the lyrics very well. So the reason I chose Lion King is because without any voice lines, singing excluded, you don't even have to watch Lion King and you know what the movie is about. It's about circle of life. It's about how everyone is one, literally the start of life, magnificence, awe. It inspires literally the entire generation. Lion King started, it was actually, this I'll get to a bit later, but it was placed in a actually very well-timed time slot of release, but I'll get to that later. The point specifically for Lion King is that the intro of just this, sunrise with someone with Lebo M, the literally legendary voice in South Africa, Lebo M singing those magnificent lyrics, that is enough to inspire, hook, and catch an audience. And 30 years down the line, people are still singing about this. I think Lion King is the greatest opening of all time.
And fight it out.
Okay, my issue with Lion King is you said that it talks about the story. The story is not about Circle of Life, dude.
Someone dies, someone comes back to life, then there's a new circle because someone becomes the...
revealed in the opening scene?
It's the lyrics.
Okay. Well,
Which is not in English. How is everybody going to know that?
Literally.
So that's therefore not the greatest opening scene. Therefore,
Carmen
I can
Twilly
say,
literally says it's the circle of life in the lyrics. Can we fact check this? Because she literally says this in the
Circle
lyrics.
of Life, and it focuses only on the birth of Simba?
No, it focuses about all of animal kind and how there is
that's not the main plot.
peak. It doesn't matter if that's the main plot.
Wait.
Are we arguing plots or are we arguing the scene? Because
it's the opening scene. An opening scene is there to introduce the plot.
it's there to introduce the movie. The movie
introduce the plot.
is about life and death. Mufasa dies, Simba becomes the king. Circle of life. Yeah. It also talks about, it introduces We Are One. It's a magnificent place-time thing because we have, I hope I don't get cancelled for this, but we have a black American and a black South African coming together to sing The Lion King, right? That is people coming together as
written
We Are
by
One.
two British people, yes.
Doesn't matter who it's written by. It's about the intro scene. We're not talking about its production.
Yes, I know, but then again, you brought that into discussion, so
let's go straight back to Love Actually,
necessary.
because the definitions of this particular question is what makes an intro scene so good? Is it catching? Is it hooky? Can you actually remember it? People are still singing this Lion King song, Circle of Life, 30 years down the line in stadiums and reproducing it. Love Actually, I had to go and Google. I didn't know how the intro looked. It's people hugging and kissing one another. Cute, but not memorable.
Perfect representation.
Is it memorable?
Yes,
unless you've watched it. Let's look at Lion King. You don't need to watch Lion King to know it's memorable. You know it. Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Let's just take this in for a second. Okay, if I am correct, and you can fact check me on this, there are more women than men in the world.
Sure.
Okay.
I know 5.
Okay, there are more women that Caleb doesn't know. All right. And most women have seen Love Actually. Okay, if we go statistically speaking, most people will have seen it. Just because you haven't seen it.
How technical do we want to get here?
No, but I'm gonna say
you haven't seen it doesn't mean that it's not memorable.
Hannah.
Well, it is not memorable because not many people remember it unless they've watched the movie. Lion King, you don't even watch the movie to know it.
Guys,
it's multi-generation.
I don't think I don't think Love Actually has the the impact that you felt when you watched Up. I think.
Well, you agree that Lion King has got more impact than.
I think it's very polite and cute, but it doesn't make you ugly cry. Like it's gonna like.
Who wants to ugly cry in the first 10 minutes of the
It doesn't matter what emotion is induced, as long as an emotion is induced
it's about to
so strongly. I support the fact that Up is a wonderful intro, and I in no way will say it's a bad intro. It's a great intro. It's just not as good as Lion King, and that's what I'm going to say there because I don't want to
yours
cry.
is more emotionally simpler in comparison to mine.
It's more legendary and phenomenal.
Yes, I'll give it it's iconic, but I think in terms
so you agree it is an iconic opening scene?
Yes, it's iconic. Everyone talks about it, but I think when it measures up to, people walking out of Up, they would say, "Wow!"
But the problem with Up
just got me so into this movie.
What I want to say about Up is a great movie. I fucking love. I love it. I'm so sorry. I love it. Right. But I don't want to have to watch a movie and wait 5 minutes to get to see Ellie. I don't know the exact time to see Ellie pass away. Sorry for the spoiler. But at the same time,
she dies.
Yeah, she dies. She's dead. She's gone. Beep up.
We didn't say sorry for the spoiler when Jeff said it.
But
later on.
But basically, right?
This movie came out in 2010. 2010.
The thing that I need to 2009. The thing that I need to get to is that. You have to wait a while for the intro to kick in.
Emotional build-up.
Lion King is impactful from time 0 to time T1 equal 2 minutes. I don't know what the whole length of the intro is, but it's
okay.
It is.
And tell me what you gain from Love Actually's opening scene.
Yes,
really.
I agree. Love Actually's trash.
It sets up the premise for the movie, which is opening scene is meant
How?
to be doing. It does. The whole monologue is about how
There's no monologue.
There is a monologue. It's huge.
Clearly, I didn't
boring
get it. It's not
narration.
memorable enough. Clearly, it's not memorable enough. I don't remember the monologue.
It is Hugh Grant.
Do you remember the monologue?
Yeah, but it's
Kenneth?
all about
I'm a judge.
strangers in
I
the
judge.
airport.
But you're allowed
Yes,
to.
it is not strangers in an airport. It's just people who aren't cast. The monologue is about how we focus on the negatives of the world. Okay?
This is one of them.
We do not look.
But
I know you are one of them.
I honestly-
we do not look at the positives because they're not worth talking about. Okay?
But there's only positives in the movie
What
scene
you
of.
actually need to notice is that love is all around, okay? And the whole premise, right, is that like the storyline follows different versions of love. It goes with platonic, it goes with relationships, it goes with parents, it does the whole thing. It's meant to trigger you to realize that maybe we shouldn't be focusing on the negatives.
Did you know that love is a part of the circle?
Make this your closing argument.
Did you know that love is a part of the circle of life?
Really,
No,
that
wait,
wasn't
close it,
mentioned in the first scene of The Lion King. As far as I remember, if I watched the opening scene of The Lion King and I assumed what the movie would be about, I would assume it would be about the monkey. But it wasn't.
Okay, so Michael, make this your closing argument. Hannah, do not interrupt him.
All right, so I'm going to end this argument with saying that Up, phenomenal movie. I don't think its intro hits as much as Lion King. Lion King spans multi-generations. Up only affected us 90s / early 2000s kids. Wonderful intro, not the most impactful and not the most legendary. Love Actually, I'm not even going to try and say why it's bad. Has no memory, no memorableness at all. Lion King is a generational movie. You get kids and adults singing it for the past 30 years. It introduces the movie. It's legendary. Everyone knows the Simba, being wiped here scene. I'm just going to conclude the argument saying that Lion King is the most, amazing intro ever. And yes.
Okay, Jeffrey.
Why I'm saying Up, in comparison to your guys' answers. Love Actually, the opening scene is emotionally shallow, and it doesn't really make you feel much. Doesn't set up the movie in a way. I think the narration is very boring.
Okay.
I agree.
And then when I
Say that you didn't remember it happened. Keep going, Jeff.
And then Lion King. Okay, it's emotionally simpler in comparison to Up. See, I think the opening sequence, it teaches you a lot. Life lessons about love, how to deal with loss, and very much sets you on this life journey. I think it really encapsulates a lot in a very short amount of time. And that's why I think it is far superior to your guys' answers.
Hannah, do you want to tell us why love actually is all around?
Can we interject this one?
No, Michael, you'll lose a point.
I still think that it is the superior opening scene. I think that we rely too much on sensationalism nowadays. I think that we desperately need a massive dramatic thing for the first 5 seconds in order to draw attention. And the fact that both of you have gone with that proves that you guys don't have the attention span to go past 15 seconds.
Can I call my girlfriend and ask her if she remembers Love Actually?
I don't think you can do that. Fact checker!
Okay. I'm tired of typing. That was a lot. I want to start with this. This is not what I was going to start with, but first of all, Love Actually has a very famous opening monologue. So, yes, we have to state that just because the two gentlemen over here choose to not remember it does not discount the fact that it is a famous monologue.
Can I, as the host,
Yes.
interject quickly?
Yes, but okay, then I have a fun thing to say. Go for it.
Ooh, no, go. You.
Okay, so here's one line that you would expect in that monologue. And then I'm going to say the second line. You will not believe me. Okay, the one line is, whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. That's how it starts.
Yes.
This is a line of just trust me. This is a line a little bit later in it. When the planes hit the Twin Towers. I'm not even joking. That's another part of the monologue.
So it is memorable.
You've got to finish the rest of the line.
it's a good monologue, but go for it.
No, I'm
When the planes hit the Twin Towers.
Don't watch Love Actually.
No, it's a great movie.
Religiously.
I
When
can't
the
say
plane hit the
anything.
Twin Towers, as far as I know, there wasn't a message of hate. It was only messages of love.
That's true.
Hannah's taking this one.
And also, it's messages of hate and revenge, but messages of love. Those are the two gentlemen. Okay,
You're not a
yeah, you're a man. Okay, back to the other million facts. First of all, let's speed round this. Love Actually's opening scene was shot with hidden cameras, and they later got the permission of the people to use the footage, so it was genuine scenes. Up's opening scene is about 5 minutes long from what I could see. Circle of Life is the name of the song. I didn't even bother to fact check it. They say it's a circle of life.
In English, guys. In English.
Yeah, and
it moves us all.
In the middle of the scene.
And then I have fact checked it. Michael, you're not cancelled. You're good.
Thank you.
Elton John and Tim Rice wrote Circle of Life, which are two British men. Actually, I don't know.
That makes no difference.
I don't know what Tim Rice is. I'm just saying claims were made. And then lastly, I had more. No, that's not lastly. Okay. There are more women than men, but by less than 1%. And I will not fact check this. I can tell you, most women have not seen Love Actually because most women are Chinese. So,
shit.
a lot of women, sure, but that's a crazy statement. Then, Up was released in 2009, and I think that's it.
I'm celebrating.
Why are you celebrating?
I'm gonna slow walk this one out.
So, considering how apparently now both myself and Michael have sang a part of the opening scene, I will be more considerate to give you 2 points if you happen to sing part of your opening scene.
I've literally quoted the monologue like 3 times.
The whole monologue?
You were there.
Sing the whole Circle of Life. Sing the whole Circle of Life.
I'm a shit singer, but I'll absolutely try.
No, mine is a montage of silence.
Do the sounds.
Piano.
Okay,
I
cool.
don't know.
So my decision on this was actually almost made during the opening arguments, actually, and then the arguing actually just built up why it was the right answer. And I'm going to give it to Hannah for Love Actually. It is, like, across the board, a fantastic opening.
I'm
The
going
fact
to
that
riot.
you don't remember a monologue, and the fact that you guys should maybe do research on the competition, just saying. And no, it is absolutely fantastic. It explores all the themes within the film, which your guys' films also do. But maybe just do some research on your competition so you can knock
I did.
it down a
I
little
saw it
more
was in the
effectively.
airport. I got bored and left.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's particularly exciting seeing old people walk up a hill. That's
But they were young, getting older, Caleb.
It's not super exciting, and you don't get the point.
You
Hannah gets
literally
the point.
sang my memorable.
Yeah, memorable doesn't mean the best. It might be one of the most iconic, but also, I have a controversial opinion. The opening to Lion King 2 is more emotional than the... Don't look at me like that, Vincent. I swear I'll punch you in the face. I say that out of love. No, I prefer the opening to Lion King 2 than the opening to Lion King 1. Also by Label M, by the way. Label M. Label M. Okay. Moving on to question 3. These days, everybody is on the tube. Will Smith has a channel, Jack Black has one, even T-Pain has a channel. And I know of a specific South African YouTuber known as Caleb Janssens, who also has a YouTube channel. Vincent didn't like that I went
who's
off
that?
script there.
Oh, we don't know him.
I don't know who that is.
We don't know him.
But let's dig a little deeper. Which fictional movie character should become a YouTuber? Jeff, let's start with you.
I went with Beetlejuice. Okay. Beetlejuice is very chaotic, unpredictable. So you could have a YouTube channel where it's pretty much like all over the place. So, I mean, his presence will literally just draw clicks and you want to see what he's doing next. I think what's so cool about Beetlejuice is like he could do tutorials, he could do pranks, he could do do-it-yourself supernatural projects. He could even do like haunted house makeovers. Like you wouldn't know what he's gonna do next.
We're gonna hire Beetlejuice for making
Why
a house.
not? Man, the guy's got charisma. He's going to attract the audiences and the clicks. And I think you could create so many clips out of these, YouTube videos that could be shared on Instagram and TikTok. You could go viral. 100%. They would make him the best YouTuber, right? So I'm going with Beetlejuice.
Hannah, your answer?
I say Fred and George from Harry Potter. I mean, they already made a business out of being
Fred's
chaotic.
dead.
Michael, don't
These
interrupt.
ghosts can always be there. They can do ghost hunting.
Sure.
Beyond
you just
the
gave her a
grave.
good answer, man.
Like you're actually adding to it. Actually, that could work. So you see, they already made a business out of like pranks and stuff like that. You can do prank videos, all right? You can do like snack reviews. I mean, we all know that the Weasleys ate like no tomorrow. I like the idea of the fact that his dad was in the Muggle like study department within the Ministry, so that's how they would have found YouTube. I've just got the whole background ready.
And then Michael, your answer. Hannah, you're allowed to interrupt him once.
Thank you.
There it is.
Oh, and you've used it.
Okay. I'm going to go Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. The amount of content that these two chaotic people, things, can do is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you could go from eating competitions to ASMR to reviews to tutorials to ghost hunting. They can literally vlog while they're with the mystery, what do they call the mystery van thing? I can't remember that. But
Mystery machine, and
The
that
mystery
doesn't
machine.
count. That is a correction.
that is a correction. I allow it. I'll allow it. Okay. They can literally do vlogging. They can literally do weed tasting. They will appeal to such a massive audience. They will even be able to make better content based off of getting scared at Beetlejuice and Fred's ghost. The better content, the superior one, is Shaggy and Scooby-Doo.
Fight it out.
I don't know. Fred and George is
You
bit of a
realize
wild
that
one.
you guys have ghosts as well. You guys go looking for ghosts.
I know.
So
and
you're
they'll
still
make
gonna
excellent
have
content.
ghosts in there. So why wouldn't my ghost and his ghost? be?
You'll have prankster bros. How many people have been prankster bros before? It'll be good for a year or two, then it's done. The versatility of Shaggy and Scooby-Doo
But then they can, release an energy drink and a bar.
Also,
and
can we have a look at how many times I've seen Fred and George eat in the movies? Because I can't really remember them eating very much, so I would not...
I'm purely basing this
I don't
off
know.
of like
Would
the
you
candy
pay
that
to
they
see
sell
Fred
in
and
the
George eat, or would you pay to see Shaggy and Scooby-Doo eat?
Who's
Neither,
paying
because
for
I don't
you
want to
to
support either of your answers.
Damn!
That is going to be my demise.
Beetlejuice is cool.
I really
but
want to
he'll
hear
get-
about the home makeovers
he
and
will-
the tutorials.
You will get cancelled so quickly with the way that YouTube operates.
Why?
A Twitch streamer, sure. Twitch streamer, absolutely. But the lewdness,
No,
the chaos,
Beetlejuice
the
is
crudeness.
outrageous and fun. Like, again, it's a theme park ride. You don't know what you're in for. You're gonna be
Advertisers will
shocked.
not want to jump on that. I'm sorry, but if he
You
says
think
the
they
one...
want to jump on
advertisers
Scooby
wanna
and
get-
Shaggy do?
on
Hell
them
yeah.
getting
What does
high.
Shaggy do?
On
Scooby
them
do?
getting high.
Yes.
In the back of a van.
Do you know the cult
Do you think
following
they'll
that
get
that thing
sponsored?
produced? The
They'll
mystery
be
machine
demonetized on YouTube, man.
doesn't matter. No, they
Sponsored
won't
by
get.
Bristol.
They won't get demonetized. They can do tasting. They what? They can do tasting. They can do ASMR. They can do.
I'm sorry, Michael.
Mukbangs.
The
Mukbangs is
Scooby-
literally the biggest thing, or was the biggest thing for the longest time.
So once again, 1 to 2 years, and then it dies out.
No,
No, but
I think
this is the thing with
because they
Shaggy
can-
and Scooby Doo. They're very reactive humor. So like they're running away
Precisely,
from
perfect.
monsters, but that can only
Perfect.
last for so long with long form content creation. I think you have
But
to
here's
look,
the thing: they're
look at
not
the bigger
one-trick
picture.
ponies. They can do many different things. They'll run away. They'll be able to do the ASMR videos,
Run
like
away.
I said.
That's a whole video. Running.
Imagine this. Imagine. Set the frame.
This
Let's
is the
say
corridor. We're gonna
Shaggy
be running
is
through
busy
today.
recording Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo shits himself because there's a ghost behind Shaggy. They fucking run away. Velma hops in. I know that she's not part of this. She gives them Scooby snacks, and now they want to go and fight
There's
this
my
ghost again.
argument right there. They do maybe necessarily rely on the remaining cast of the Scooby Doo franchise.
No, I don't
not
think
just
so.
them.
They can't do necessarily things
They
on their
can't use
own.
the
Wait,
mystery.
They are very much
let
all
me
about
appeal to your younger
outside
self
casts.
here. Whenever you watch Scooby-Doo as, well, first if it's a titular character, which be titular, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's
Titular.
literally, Scooby-Doo is the main character. He literally is. And the amount of times when the group or the gang gets split up, it's Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, they're together. All the dynamics that you're seeing is them. Remember the movie where they were literally doing a fart challenge?
You see,
Do you
again, they're
remember that?
relying on sounds. What about dialogue-heavy tutorials if they want to do stuff like that? Scooby-Doo's going to go,
Do you think people are going to be watching? Do you think people are going to be watching? Yes, that would be amazing. Have you seen the useless ass trash
but it
people are
only
doing on
lasts that
TikTok?
long. I'm thinking long form.
Well, I don't know.
I've got
TikTok's
my best
been
friend's a
popular for
YouTuber.
5 years at
Yes,
the moment.
Think of long term. Yeah, I don't think Scooby and Shaggy do. Why am I saying Shaggy do? Shaggy and Scooby do.
They dabble in so much that they can apply it to anything.
I'm sorry. What all do they dabble in again? Okay, so they go ghost hunting and they get high.
No, they can do ghost hunting. They can do reviews. They can get high. They can do tutorial videos. They can do ASMR. They can do eating.
Yeah.
Also, they don't choose to do this ghost hunting stuff. They just tag along with their
It doesn't matter if they choose to or not. If you record them,
I want to move to Fred and George.
Okay, yes.
Fred and George is very limited within the Harry Potter lore. So, like, I don't know if it's going to appeal to people outside of the Harry Potter fandom.
I agree with Jeff.
But, okay, I was honestly thinking of this within the universe.
Okay.
Oh,
But it will only draw a certain audience then, okay? So you're thinking like a very
six hours. Wizarding world.
Okay.
You got the whole Wizarding world.
Not everyone are Harry Potter fans.
When Fred dies, there is no more bros.
Is there no more
you had to bring
no ghost?
Not even.
Is there no ghost?
It was no, because after the entire franchise, they've confirmed that Ron goes and joins George in the shop, and Fred is not there. Not even his ghost. They've confirmed that, and you can fact check it.
What did you say?
That post movie, Ron joins George in the whatever their factory.
But what if
You're a judge.
No, make your points. Make your points. Make your points.
What if during this time they are YouTubing between movies 4, 5, and 6? Okay, this was an awkward silence. So let's talk a little more about.
I wanted to see that thought process.
He gave me his answer.
I honestly think that Fred and George's activities could have real world consequences. Whereas, like with because he operates in the supernatural.
He possesses people.
Within the supernatural,
but then, as you said, then in the real world that could do damage as well. If we're once again considering
within
the universe, in the bubble.
Beetlejuice will be a great guest appearance, but not an official host.
The thing is we have to think within the universe, because Scooby, really, are we all going to sort of look at a dog on camera and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to follow that?
We have for 20 years. They've remade Scooby-Doo so many times. I think
yes, because
made
he's
it like
an animated dog.
Exactly. It appeals to you. It appeals to people.
So would he still be animated in the YouTube?
Imagine the live-action version of Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. He will be that version of Scooby-Doo. So technically CGI, yes.
So then once again, we're in the universe, are we not?
So as I need to know this, are you treating these YouTubers as a real person and then the dog is not real?
No.
Is the dog CGI?
No.
Or are you saying Scooby-Doo is a real dog that is with him on his YouTube adventures?
No, imagine the CGI version.
Yeah, I'm going to come in as fact checker because we did state these are just fictional characters that exist on YouTube.
So it's not
Don't get caught up in semantics.
It's not an actual Great Dane, no.
Yeah, so
no, it is.
But it's Scooby-Doo the Great.
It's Scooby-Doo.
It's who would produce the best content, and that's why I just think that we would all rather watch more Comedy Central YouTube than other stuff.
I want to hear more about Beetlejuice,
Actually,
please.
same.
I also want to hear more about Beetlejuice.
I really want to know about these tutorials. What am I learning?
Like how to cast spells, possess people. It could be pretty fun. And then I think why not? This is all make-believe, guys.
They're going to get cancelled.
The haunted house. Okay, let's rather look at what could be
just before though.
Let's look at content that he would create, which I think would actually elevate his channel. Is like the haunted house makeover. It's like really taking a very boring.
When was the last time you went into a haunted house, my dude?
South Africa doesn't really do Halloween.
Disney, long ago. But like take one that's very boring, make it exciting, really show how people can get scared, because that's what it's all about.
Be an internal designer.
Make this your final argument.
Okay, he would be an internal designer, not a YouTuber. So he would make cool content maybe for like a couple of days, and then he might say something crude and get pulled off the air. I don't know. Fred and George, yes, they're funny. That's all they got. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo are also funny. They will be able to do content in many different genres. They will be able to go anywhere from adult to, they will be able to appeal to an adult audience, a stoner audience, a kid audience, you name it, because they'll do review videos, they'll do ghost hunting videos, they'll do reaction videos, they'll do ASMR videos, literally everything that's popular right now in today's day and age. So that's my argument.
Hannah, your argument?
Fred and George can do all of those as well. You would have ASMR of making pranks, right? You would do the doing pranks. You can do ghost hunting. You're at Hogwarts. Like, come on. You can literally run everything in the joke shop. You can do tutorials. You can have all the same content. They would just have more charisma.
Jeffrey, I want to hear from you.
Okay, with Beetlejuice, I think he's very outrageous, fun, versatile in what he can do on his YouTube channel. Whereas Fred and George is very niche in the Harry Potter lore. And then Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. And why am I getting this wrong? Shaggy-Doo. They are too reactive. So I think, to keep the excitement level like very high and people wondering what's coming next, I stand by Beetlejuice. And also my last point to raise, very much on your characters, they rely on chemistry with each other, whereas Beetlejuice is a one-man show and he doesn't have to rely on those around him, so he can do that all on his own. Thank you.
I want the fact checker to come in straight away before I say anything else.
I have come in straight away. Okay.
Cam's judging me a lot today.
No, there's it's just because you're sitting closer to
No
him.
more so than usual.
Very important point to raise is that it was claimed that Beetlejuice would not get sponsors. A show called Kill Tony, which is the most offensive YouTube show of all time, has like 20 sponsors. So it is not at all factually an offensiveness and political
How
incorrectness.
often has there been a ghost on Kill Tony?
Doesn't matter. Twice.
Twice.
So,
At least more than one.
So it has clearly wouldn't have an impact on sponsorship. Second of all, the Scooby-Doo gang is officially called Mystery Inc. and it is the Mystery Machine is the bus. On plot armor, it's titular. And then I don't want to do this because yes, this is. The problem with a fact you stated is that if Fred and George starts a YouTube channel in world, then they would also have to invent YouTube because there was no YouTube between 1991 and 1998 when Harry Potter took place.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know, yeah, that's it.
That's a good one. Thank you. Welcome. Bye-bye. Oh, my dice.
I will pick it up off camera.
There's a bookshelf behind you.
Yeah. So, I thought this was a great round. Everyone gave very, very good examples. And interestingly enough, I think this was the least violent round between the two of you. So that was good.
I'm always violent, unfortunately.
But I'm going to go with Beetlejuice as the winner for this one. I think Jeffrey also gave the best example of forward thinking, of thinking about planning and stuff like that. And also, I feel like he's the only one who would be able to get the editing right. For whatever reason, I just don't trust Shaggy and Scooby-Doo to do any effective editing. And even though Beetlejuice's editing would probably be through supernatural shenanigans,
It would get done. That's the thing.
Exactly, yeah. So we're going to go with Jeffrey. You're winning that round. So we actually have 1 point for everybody across the board, which is very, very cool and very exciting. And I'm about to start reading the next question as soon as this tablet responds. So yes, there we go. We are moving on to question 4. Good things come in twos. For example, kidney stones. And I can to attest to that. I can't. I just felt like I wanted to add my own little spin. But taking that philosophy, sometimes an on-screen duo is double the fun. So we ask you, what is the best on-screen duo?
I'm going with Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp because individually, and I know this isn't an individual question, but it's an important basis, they are slightly alternative-y kind of individuals on their own. Put them together in a Tim Burton universe and they complement each other wonderfully. They have been in a couple of, I don't know exactly how many, I don't know what happened there, exactly how many Tim Burton films, but memorably, Sweeney Todd is there, Alice in Wonderland is there, and they're even in The Corpse Bride, and I'll get to why these are each significant later, but for the time being, that is my choice. Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp.
Jeffrey?
Okay, so I went, because this was a very broad question.
It really was.
So I didn't go with actors, but I went with movie characters. And I went with the T-800 and John Connor from the Terminator franchise. And I went with this because very much they are iconic. And also on top of that, what they do is very emotionally impactful. There's high stakes. They literally are the deciding factor for the fate of humanity. So I went with them because their relationship progresses very naturally. You start with the T-800 who travels back in time to be a protector to John Connor, but then becomes more of a father figure to John Connor. So I went with that. I'll elaborate more.
And Hannah, your answer?
I went with two people who are very similar off-screen and on-screen. So Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They've got great energy. They're best friends in general. That translates to a screen. You can see that they really enjoy everything that they do. There's no real push to get something out of them. It's a very open niche. Like, it's pretty much just like a dark comedy in general, and that's pretty broad. You can take them into other genres, which works, like Hot Fuzz. But, yeah, that's pretty much my opening.
Fight it out.
I'm going to let someone else start the debate this time because...
I think with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, very much there is strength in their chemistry and their comedy, but I think it's very much superficial, predictive, and also repetitive. I think there's not like they're not facing a matter of life or death situation a lot of the time. I'm trying to
Shaun of the Dead is pretty life or death.
Well, it's very life or death.
Exactly.
It's not Dawn of the Dead. It's Shaun of the Dead. It's literally made as a comedy.
Yeah, and it's brilliant.
But all of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost things are comedic.
Yeah.
And if you look at Paul, it was the same roles. They play
Yes, it was.
They play the same people.
But
they're funny.
But they're an iconic duo.
They're funny, but that's all they can do.
But
I'm going to have a look now at
if
Johnny
you see
Depp and
them-
Helena Bonham Carter, who are
Okay.
absolutely versatile. So let's look at Sweeney Todd, where they engage in a semi-romantic tragedy kind of twisted nature gimmick. One's a hairstylist, the other one's basically knowing what he's doing and still defending him.
Hairstylist, he's a barber. He shaves.
Does-
He doesn't style hair. He doesn't cut hair.
I don't know, style is a subjective opinion in my opinion. So anyway, so they played in that where the chemistry was phenomenal. They complemented each other. Alice in Wonderland is a blockbuster movie. They brought the best out of each other again in a wonderful way. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, they don't even play side by side. They both play in the movie, but they both have memorable characters. But even in Corpse Bride, they're not even themselves. Their voices, they complement one another. There's so many different ways that these two actors work well together. There's a bit of comedy, there's a bit of romance, there's a bit of mystery, gothic.
It is also an incredible niche, though. As you say, mine is mainly just comedy.
Well, I think more people
Yours
like...
is mainly, it's Tim Burton.
Yeah, their scenes are memorable because of the costumes, the Tim
It's
Burton
Tim
flair.
Burton. We all watch
But-
Tim Burton because it's Tim Burton.
But you watch Tim Burton and you remember the characters.
There's no emotional
yeah,
stakes. I don't think so.
It doesn't matter if there's emotional stakes or not. The important thing is the fact that they are in many versatile roles. Is that fine? I hope that's fine. Basically, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, yeah, they're funny. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They're funny. But Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp are more than that. When it comes to the Terminator, or T-800 and John Connor, yeah, it's cool. It's a very, very cool plot line.
It's also very limited, though.
It's very limited.
It's in one world.
It's one world. It's one movie, and there's a couple of great scenes. Wonderful dynamic, but outside of that universe, that doesn't exist. Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter exist as complementary actors or complementary characters in multiple different films.
But it feels very ornamental, like decoration,
are ornamental.
more than anything.
But my thing is that if we're discussing iconic duos, okay, we're focusing on them together, right? Separately, they're both great. I mean, she's great in Harry Potter.
Is there a bad movie where Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp have been in? Subjectively or
there
objectively?
probably is. I mean,
All of their movies have been big hits.
you could only name 3.
Yeah. Well, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. There's another one that I don't even know of, but it was a great movie. Doesn't matter. They are iconic in the movies that they have been
now,
in.
the reason why I say Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are a great duo, all right? And I do not believe that this is going to defeat my argument because we're discussing duos, that is pair work, that is two people together. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost don't really work alone.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't, so they're an iconic duo.
They are.
So they're the best duo.
But it's very situational.
It's very
and
situational.
predictable.
It's
And yours
the
is a
same old
protector and a
vanilla thing.
protected.
Yeah, but
Okay,
high
okay.
stakes, the fate of humanity lies in their
Well,
hands.
here we have to ask about the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Are they iconic because they play amazing characters, or are they iconic just because they're buddy Brits? They're
Except
buddy
for
Brits.
the fact that the question said it could go either way. So I covered both.
Yeah, I did as well. My characters cover more than what they cover, and they're more iconic.
I mean, yours is just in Tim Burton.
No, it's not just Tim Burton.
I just want to hear more of the Terminator
I also want to hear about the
version.
T-800 because, like,
I want to see if it goes further than the Protector and the Protected.
Well, very much it goes as far as, a robot. He's a machine. So he's now becoming that father figure to John Connor and leading him down the right path. They feed off each other. There was a duo. One can't really go without the other. They are very much a pairing. Not necessarily.
Really.
If they are like individually split, you're still going to have T800 being T800, just not having any humanity.
Yeah, well,
touched
he waited around for how long to eventually for John Connor to come back into the future.
Okay, but take one of those characters away. I guess what you're saying makes sense, but outside of the film, if you haven't watched that particular film, it doesn't hit as hard. I will agree that the Simon Pegg Nick Frost, you can watch multiple movies and you can get the same old thing, but it becomes a little bit repetitive. So Iconic doesn't really translate. Damn it, I'm so sorry. Is Mike away from Mike at a suitable distance? So the icon, I don't know if it's super iconic. It's funny. It's not iconic because there's many people that also haven't watched that. Yes, there isn't many people that haven't watched Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, but they're top tier actors. More people would have, I'm assuming, watched those movies than they would have watched Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movies. It is more of a niche thing to watch a comedy than it is to watch a more diverse couple of roles like Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp. Everyone has watched Alice in Wonderland. More people have watched Alice in Wonderland than they have, for instance, Paul. Or that At World's End movie. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, that's the third one of the corner.
Yeah, so it's
Michael, make this your closing argument, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of said all I needed to say. Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp are magnificent. They complement each other. They bring out the best of one another. They span more than just comedy. They're memorable in more different roles. And they absolutely nail it in every role. The fact that their voices, like their voice roles, complement one another. People have known to go and watch out for Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp because they complement one another so much. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, sure, they're cool. They're funny. They're not iconic. I think a more iconic thing would have even been to, I don't know, I can't even think of. Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp are just the best. T800 and John Connor exist only in that movie. So if you haven't watched that movie, unfortunately, you don't really get, or the dynamic at least, doesn't span outside of that. So if you haven't watched any of the Terminator movies, it doesn't hit as hard.
Well, I think it's had, okay, sorry.
No, you can then do your close.
Well, I think that's had much more cultural influence than just within the bubble of, the Terminator franchise. I think the narrative is very driven, they are very narrative driven, story driven. They very much have to have this dynamic to become iconic and the best duo. The fate of the whole world is at stake, and they have to fight off evil to ensure that they can save everyone. I think also very much it comes down to, I don't know what else to say.
Damn, Jeff, I wish you didn't do that. Okay, Hannah, your final argument?
Okay, now the reason why I still think that Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are the best duo is because it is a duo. It is two of them on screen who work together, right? While Helena and Johnny, they do work together quite a lot. You can also see them as iconic on their own. I mean, Helena wasn't in Pirates of the Caribbean, and he wasn't in Harry Potter, and they were still iconic. We still watch out for them as individuals. Simon Pegg, I'm not gonna go and look at just the Simon Pegg movie. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, I'm down. Iconic duo. I get what you're saying with the pushing a sense of humanity into a robot. That is iconic. That is a very talented thing. That is massive chemistry. I just worry that it's only limited to one movie.
Cool. And there we go. Good closing arguments there. Fact checker, please look after my bookcase.
Hello. Careful, hello, yeah. Okay, so a few things. Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp have been in 7 movies together. Simon Pegg and Nick Frost have also been in 7 movies together. You claimed that almost every movie that Helena Bonham Carter and Johnny Depp have been in together was successful. They only have 3 movies that are considered fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, that being Willy Wonka, Sweeney Todd, and Corpse Bride. All the others were seen as critical failures.
And Alice in Wonderland as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So without a doubt.
They have a cult following, but critics didn't enjoy it.
You stated, and I understood what you meant, but just for factual purposes, you stated that whether John Connor can exist without T2. In fact, without John Connor, a good T2 wouldn't exist. Or not T2, sorry, T800 wouldn't exist. And without a good T800, John Connor would die. So they literally could not exist without one another. You claim that absolutely everyone has seen Alice in Wonderland. That is not true. Yeah. And then lastly, Michael, I guess I'm hogging on you because this one's also you. You said, and once again, I understood what you were trying to say, but the concept of John Connor, or just mentioning him or him, a version of him, as well as the concept of a T800 or a version of it has appeared in literally every single Terminator movie. So not just T2. Bye-bye.
Cool. Thank you for...
We got on
I'm good. I'm watching the bookcase.
The bookcase must not fall over.
So, there was an answer that I really thought was unorthodox, but would win it for me. And that was going to be Jeffrey with John Connor and the T800. The issue is someone raised the point of they're only in one movie together, and then Jeffrey never argued the fact that there is an entire franchise where the crazy thing is their relationship is different in every single movie.
Yeah.
Like, yes, John Connor is not present in the first film, but
they make a big fuss about him.
Is fault, yeah. And then you have the father-son roles in number 2. Number 3 is the abandoned father returning home. So, like, it's... I wish you had argued that dynamic more.
Thank you for some credit, at least.
Yeah. Hannah, I'm going to be giving you this point. So well done to you. Because you brought up a great point when everyone started to attack you, bringing their own different points. You had such fantastic rebuttals, and they do work best as a duo, and that's the big part of this question. So well done there. So as we stand, the men have got 1 point each. Hannah's standing tall with 2 points. Michael, are you feeling...
No, I'm fine.
Okay, cool. So guys, there we go. As we stand, obviously we have 1 point each for the men, and Hannah, you are leading with 2. So we are going to move on to question 5. Some films are pure torture, and that got us thinking. If a movie had to be looped in hell over and 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 over, which should it be?
Hang on, can you say it one more time?
And over.
Okay, thank you.
Which movie should it
still
be?
Missing a couple of overs.
Yeah, well, guys, it's eternity. It's a long time. Which movie should it be, and why? We'll go ladies first. Hannah.
You just want this because it's controversial.
Very.
Okay, so wow, you're passionate about this. Okay. All right, now I didn't like this about myself for a long time, and I've accepted it. I'm one with my thoughts. I say Oppenheimer. It is 3 hours of my life I will never get back. I thought it was one of the most inaccurate biopics made due to feeling. Biopics are meant to emit the feeling of either the person involved or the situation, right? That is meant to historically interpret and represent that thing, right? I did not feel anything watching Oppenheimer. And at the time where we could have had a bomb drop, I was not scared. I watched a 3-hour movie and didn't feel anything. And that is why it would be my personal hell.
Damn. Okay, Michael.
All right. I have a lot to comment on Oppenheimer, but I'm going to save that for the debate part. So when you think of something torturous, you think of something absolutely unbearable. I don't know how many of you guys have watched this movie, but Bring It On, All or Nothing.
I'm a girl in her 20s. Trust me, I watched it.
It is horrid.
Oh, no, it's not.
It is such a trashy movie. Poor acting. I will happily find a scene and show you guys how bad the dancing is. The dancing is terrible. The plot is terrible.
I think you should show us.
I think you should demonstrate.
Actually, honestly, I think I would accurately show how bad the dancing was. So screw it. Yes, I will. I had to change because I ran out of my quota for F words. Anyway, so when it comes to a movie that will absolutely torture you, Bring It On, All or Nothing, you can't even watch that little YouTube snippet without getting absolutely cringed. I hope the editors put in like the little snippet of the thing that I'm going to send to them afterwards, because it is absolutely horrid, and the whole movie is like that. Terrible acting.
I have a spoiler warning for you. Yeah. It's not going to be there. Jeff,
so describe that choreography.
We want you to do it. Actually.
Yeah, no, fuck.
Because I went with a movie that looks happy, but it is unrelentlessly torture. if you have to watch this on repeat. I think this movie is very shiny, bright, well polished. So that is attacking your eyes, your ears, and your brain simultaneously. And now, as well, on top of that, it's a musical. So every song is upbeat, catchy. Imagine singing or listening to "What Time Is It?" Summertime, like over and 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 over. But like, I'm just gonna say, "What time is it? Time to die."
And
It's all very
the answer is.
So yeah,
Yeah, you really.
What's your answer?
I said time to die.
No, you didn't.
I haven't seen the movie.
No, you never said the movie.
Oh damn it! High School Musical 2.
Thank you. Find it out.
I am gonna attack High School Musical 2 straight from the back because that was
Why?
it was aimed at kids. So I will say
I have to add to that.
it
Yes,
is
okay, go on.
it is potentially cringy, which is fine. But if you wanted to choose a Disney movie that is more cringy, go for Camp Rock. But anyway, that would be a more torturous Disney movie. When the question is phrased around torture, not being able to stand it. Bringing in High School Musical, Zac Efron's bet on it, chilling on a damn golf field, singing. Everyone in the 90s and 2000s that watched this, or born in the 90s and 2000s that watched this movie, doesn't matter if it's cringy, they thought it was a bop.
Like,
But you watch it on a loop though, endlessly for all eternity.
Hell
I
yeah.
get really tired because I mindlessly do the choreography
Okay.
at the same time.
Like it
but
won't
no-
be torture. It would be tiring, but it won't be torturous.
So, like, I mean, I was definitely, I mean, I remember birthday parties being cancelled because the High School Musical 2 premiere was featuring on Disney.
Yeah.
And no kid wanted to go to the friend's birthday because they would rather watch High School Musical.
Yeah, like say what you want. Yes, it's cringy, but it is it is objectively
I'm sorry,
a
guys.
decent
If you're
movie.
going to
It's your personal hole, clearly.
Listen, it's like celebrating summer for all eternity will slowly erode my will to care.
I don't know. Living in a torturous place like hell, I think it would give me a little bit of like, what's the word?
Joy.
Relief and joy, which is something that is obviously lacking in hell. That will not be torturous. That is the opposite of torturous.
No.
So High School Musical's point is just absolutely flat. There's no character behind it. Oppenheimer. Can we talk about this?
Yeah,
Because
of course.
Wait. Wasn't there? Okay, never mind. That's a YouTube. Anyway.
There is nobody who can change my mind on this, so please go with whatever.
It's heavy, it's intense, but I can
Is it?
process it.
It
I
is
can't
long.
process High School Musical
It is
2
long.
on repeat.
Yes, the content and the
Musical 2 is just too complicated for me.
Did you
Guys,
go the third
Someone
one?
needs to put physics in
Why was
it.
there another one of them in the water?
so
I can at
content
least
wise,
tolerate
right?
physics and talk like that for a repeat.
As a physicist, well, yeah,
I knew it.
You had to plug it.
I had to plug it in. Oppenheimer is I mean, I literally use some equation that Oppenheimer had made. Or like it's called the Born-Oppenheimer approximation. I did my research, it's the same guy. Anyway, so in the perspective of a movie, it is a movie that may be divisive. It is pretty long, but it's an Oscar-winning movie.
It is.
And almost, I think it just almost cracked under $1 billion at the box office.
Exactly. So playing that in hell, I don't know if it'll be torturous. I think it would again be polarizing. Some people that's in heaven might like it. Some people in heaven might. Oh, heaven! Wow! Hell!
Why did
How many
you
times
go
you said
on doing it? Hell.
All right. Some people might like it. Some people might not. I mean, I don't even know like if you consider them people anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, the point is that
You
watching
go to hell, you're not a person.
watching an Oscar-winning performance in hell is not torturous. It might make you sleep because it's so long. It's not torturous.
It could be soothing for them.
Exactly.
Now, okay, let me explain to you why it's my personal home.
Your personal home.
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
we would not mind High School Musical too.
Yeah, fair.
You see, that's a very personal home.
gang
That's
up.
very personal. That's like, I don't know what you were doing in 2007.
I mean, let's
This is
compare
not it.
what both of those have. Both of those have. High School Musical has good writing. Hear me out.
honestly wondering how you were gonna link these
Oppenheimer has excellent writing. It might be divisive, sure, but they're both decently well movies. The ratings was terrible for Bring It On All or Nothing.
Yeah, but
Very
it's
little
short.
people, except for a couple of girls back in the day
short,
that watched.
annoying, and easy to ignore.
Bring it on or nothing?
Yeah,
exactly.
easy
So
to
if it's
ignore.
playing on in hell the whole time, it's going to piss you off.
Yeah, it's easy to ignore as comparison to High School Musical 2, where it's right in your face.
I don't think
loud,
you
proud.
can take
It's
ignorance. If you want to
annoying.
take ignorance, as you can ignore High School Musical. In hell, you've got this thing playing. Imagine yourself strapped to a fucking bench and you're watching this movie in front of you. You can't escape. It's an inescapable hell.
I would choose what time is it time to die if I had to watch Oppenheimer over and over again.
Yeah,
Because
I would choose any of those over Bring It All or Nothing, because Bring It All or Nothing is cringy, it's trashy, it's poor quality, crap writing, awful, and it is a spoof off of other dance movies. It's literally a Step Up spoof. And I'm in no way saying that Step Up is the most amazing movie, but it's significantly better than Bring It All or Nothing.
Jeffrey, make this your final argument.
I'm going to make it short and sweet. I think, personal, it's like on loop, which will be like in hell. I think High School Musical 2 is very bright, shiny, colorful, polished. It's attacking your visuals, your eyes, your ears, your brain. It's melting your brain. So like that's going to be hell to watch on loop. I don't want to have to listen to a bunch of teenagers singing songs about summer on repeat for all eternity.
I'll watch it better.
I will literally lose the will to care about anything. Yes.
Oh, you don't need it.
Well, whatever. I would really want to care about how I can get out of hell.
You can't.
Damn it. Okay, so that's my closing argument.
Michael, let's go with your final argument. I'm trying to change the order.
No stress.
So, both of you argued points for your personal hells. I feel like I argued for a generally broader audience for a hell that will be absolutely torturous and painful, and something that I think neither Vincent nor Caleb nor I want to endure. And I think that is significantly of a wider audience than what either of you have argued. Because High School Musical 2, many people like it. Many, many, many more people like it than Bring It All or Nothing, which I'm pretty sure there might be one person that's her that likes Bring It All or Nothing. Oppenheimer...
Not really. I like the musical, like the theater production on Broadway. That's great, but that choreography's better.
The choreography was trash in the movie, and that's what I'm arguing. And the choreography was trash.
I'm aware of
the screenwriting's trash. The production is trash. The acting is trash.
Michael,
Everything is
do you think
trash.
you can do better?
That's not the question.
I'm just curious.
Rebuttal. And bring it home.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as possible since Michael kept interrupting me when I kept trying to explain why Oppenheimer is my personal hell. But anyway, okay, historically it is accurate, yes, but feeling-wise it is not. Okay, Oppenheimer was not a stoic, hardcore man. If you read the book, you must be kidding Mr. Feynman or something like that. It's Feynman's biopic if you want to fact check it. He describes Oppenheimer as a very fun-loving guy. He was joking, he was easygoing. When did that show in that movie? You do not feel the excitement of splitting an atom. That was never done before. You did the impossible, right? That's cool, that's fun. Why was there no excitement? And then where was the fear in dropping the bomb? You made people disappear. Shadows were left on the floor. There was no fear. I do not feel anything, and therefore it is a bad representation.
What, do you want to
How'd I do?
squeeze his legs together?
I thought it was his ass. No.
What, did you just think that if you like
I just thought if you pushed his ass.
If you push his bum.
Because it looks like Caleb's doing this.
You've got to ask permission first, though.
I had to. That's why I'm like,
you.
can I touch his ass?
Vincent is sitting, which I'm guessing means no facts.
I didn't care about that.
We do. I do have one fact. That's do not use plot armor as your guidebook to theology on Hull, because this was a terrible example of that.
This is the second episode of Beanie Ways brought up theology.
Yeah, I love it. I love Jesus. Okay, cool. So there's a lot I want to say about this. Firstly, Jeff,
Yeah.
why?
What happened, man?
Who hurt you?
I was violated by such a disappointing sequel to the original High School Musical.
I am one of the people who will boldly wave the flag that I think High School Musical 2 is better than High School Musical 1.
Hell yeah.
I could literally,
agree.
I'm not
I'll
even
join.
joking. I think I know every single word to every single song. And
I would say
could,
3, 1, 2.
Are we in this
so
together?
That's it. So
We're all, but that's
That's it.
we're all in this together. It's the first one.
No,
I know, but I mean,
Anyway,
was a
so
double pun.
Jeffrey, I am letting you down easy. You aren't winning this one.
Thanks.
You don't have to watch High School Musical 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was my personal hell. I just really needed to make
But
it.
it was, this is
get
the
that off
big
my
one.
chest.
The truth of the matter is, it was never about your personal Hull.
Yeah.
It was about Hull in general, and so that's why this point will go on to Michael. Hannah, as much as I also can I just give someone a high five for saying they didn't like Oppenheimer, because I didn't like it either.
I just
I couldn't get through it.
yeah. So
You
like,
couldn't get through it.
Doesn't matter. You already ordered the point.
you know, in that movie, not a single punch was thrown, right? Did you realize that?
There was also
no, in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it's like it's a movie really about political violence and stuff, but not a single flippant punch was thrown.
Ironically, there was not a single punch thrown in any of the High School Musicals.
Nah, that can't be true.
No, it has
No,
to be.
wait.
I'm sure.
Name a scene where a punch is thrown in High School
I'm
Musical. I know
sure.
there's pushing.
I'm sure Troy Bolt.
There was a dance move, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure.
We're all in this together. Okay.
Oh, come on. No, that doesn't count.
No, I know, because I know there is the tussle, and like especially number 2. They go, oh, I don't like you, but they don't punch each
Did they
other.
do that?
They also had a wasn't it
no.
the baseball scene the
I
weekend?
don't
ago?
dance. That's
punch.
choreography.
Yeah, they're not punching.
Doesn't matter. Punches can be
That's extravagant
choreographed.
barrel rolls. That's like.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Joe,
matter. Can be
anyway,
choreographed.
so
Going on a tangent.
that was a weird ass tangent to go on. But we are now moving on to speed round showdown. So obviously, guys, how this works is I'm going to be asking both of you quick questions. First come, first serve in regards to the answers. 20-second arguments, 15-second rebuttals. And then Jeff, you are going to help me judge these people. Obviously, you guys are sitting with 2 points each, so they kind of like cancel each other out. We're going to be asking you guys 5 speed round questions, so it's best out of 5. Whoever gets to 3 first ultimately wins. So we're going to start both of you off with 0, and we'll work it from there. So this is the very first speed round question. Which Looney Tunes character should get a dark post-apocalyptic Logan-style film?
Daffy Duck.
Okay, I'm gonna go Bugs Bunny.
Cool. Okay, and Michael, I heard you first, so you're going to start. Your 20 seconds starts now.
So Bugs Bunny is the face character. I chose Daffy Duck because he's not the face character, which means he has a perfect like idea for a revenge arc if they had to make some movie against Bugs Bunny. And in a post-apocalyptic world, I think it would be an amazing thing to see Daffy Duck, because he's played many little roles, but to be like this evil character that goes against Bugs Bunny. So it's a big spin.
Hannah, your 20 seconds starts now.
Okay, Bugs will already sell better. Nobody's going to really go and see Daffy Duck. Also, Daffy Duck, you can't hear him. He lisps all the time. And Bugs Bunny would have the cool, suave, like, I don't really care about this kind of vibe to him, as the Wolverine example has been said.
And you had 2 seconds, but it's good. You said what you needed to say. Your 15-second rebuttal starts now.
So in a post-apocalyptic world like Logan, you don't necessarily need to have a lot of speech. So Daffy Duck will be fine on that front. And I think the whole aspect of Daffy Duck being able to be, he's much more versatile. It's not just a funny bunny character. He can play many different roles. So seeing him in this apocalyptic world will be absolutely entertaining. A dynamic
Time. Your 15 seconds starts now.
In your final arguments, I would like you to give me some examples of Daffy Duck playing a different character, because Bugs Bunny does play multiple different characters, as he wears multiple different hats, literally. And I just think that him being nonchalant about the situation would react better on screen than a chaotic piece
Time.
of mess.
There is no
So
fun.
I hate to say no fun.
Oh,
that's
shit,
it. So
okay.
that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I honestly thought that there was a final thing.
No,
Okay, sorry.
But you did very good there. Jeffrey, do you have a winner in mind?
Yes, I do.
I have a winner in mind. So
Okay.
we'll count down 3, 2, 1, then say it.
Okay.
3,
I thought that was it.
After one, or
3, 2, 1.
Hannah.
There we go. Whew. Okay, cool. Well done, Hannah. There we go. So Hannah's on 1 point. Michael, are you feeling the pressure now?
No.
Are you feeling the pressure? Because I would be feeling the pressure now.
I honestly
if
was gonna say Daffy with him, and then you said it, and I'm like,
So, gotta be quick.
Okay, we're moving on to question 2. Which is worse to work with? Okay, so this is a this or that. So even if you wanted the other answer, if it's already been taken,
You've gotta argue for the other one.
Yes.
Okay.
So, which is worse to work with in the movie industry? Children or animals?
animals.
Nice.
Cool. Michael, I heard you first. Your 20 seconds starts now.
So animals' behavior depends on the animals. Sure, yes, they might be difficult to work with, but kids, they're so temperamental. There's so many things you have to consider. Late hours, are they eating? Can they actually act the movie out? Will they learn their lines in time? Will they actually be able to be monitored? Will they do the role well? Because, I mean, I've seen so many things with poor kid actors. You're never going to say that the animals are poor actors. It'll be like,
Time.
Hannah, your 20 seconds starts now.
Okay, with animals, you have to keep in mind all of the same things. I've worked with an animal once in a theatre production, and I trained him for 2 weeks, and then he got stage fright, and he didn't do the show. So, personal hell. But also, there are more laws around working with animals than there are on children, so it's easier to keep an animal safe than children.
There we go. It was a good answer. Okay, your 15-second rebuttal starts now.
If an animal messes up on screen, no one's going to give them shit. If there's a poor kid actor, everything is going to go down. If there's bad things happening with kids, there's going to be a much more bad altercations happening afterwards than if it was animals. Yes, animals are a big thing, but if there's a kid that's abused in the movie, it's going to make headlines.
Hannah, your 15 seconds starts now.
I would agree with you, except for the fact that the Nickelodeon stuff only came out recently, and that happened in like 2004. That was a much longer term reaction. But anyway, with animals, you can't tell what they're going to do. You have no control. You can't speak to that animal, and they can't speak back.
That was a very good one.
Neck and neck there, I'm just saying.
Okay, do you have a clear cut winner
to
in
work
mind?
with.
Sure. Okay, I do, but let's go on a 3 and then see where we're at.
Cool. Okay.
The contestant has spoken.
Yeah, I'm thinking myself.
Sorry.
Jeff is now the host of the show.
Wow! That's what we've been doing. I'm just going on 3.
Okay, cool. Let's go on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Michael.
Hannah. Ooh. Okay, cool. Okay. Vincent, who do you think?
I think there was more who's, so Hannah. Just more who's.
Thank you.
Cool.
For full reference, Huey, my darling puppy, I love you. But oh my god, no, seriously, he got backstage, he was so excited, and then the spotlight hit him, and he just didn't move. He didn't move, and we were like, Huey, just get on stage.
my
And he's
word.
like,
That's a shame.
no.
That's sad.
And then he got on stage, realized how excited everybody was, and then wouldn't leave stage. So animals, 100%.
Moving on to question 3. Right now, Hannah, you're on 2. Michael.
Now I'm feeling the
unfortunately, yeah, now you're feeling the pressure.
Now I'm feeling the
So,
pressure.
Hannah, if you get this point, you win. This one is in honor of Vincent. Which movie character speaks too damn much? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Leonardo
Ashley Tisdale.
DiCaprio.
Okay.
I meant to say Ashley Tisdale in High School Musical.
Ashley Tisdale in High School Musical?
Leo in general.
Leonardo DiCaprio in general.
In
Okay,
general.
Cool. Can you give me a character that he played?
Oh gosh. Where he speaks too much.
Sharpay, that's it.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think of the one that I would like to use as this example. He's in so much. Let's be honest, he
Okay,
is.
so then we'll just have you go as Leonardo DiCaprio in general.
Yeah.
And because we obviously, I heard you first. Maybe it's because you're sitting closer to me, but we will go. Yeah, your 20 seconds starts now.
I'm just thinking of Sharpay literally in any High School Musical movie. Every time she speaks, I want to slap her. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, every time he speaks, it's absolutely enticing, and I don't think he talks a lot. I think he talks a perfect amount, and I actually want to listen to him. It's engaging. Sharpay Evans just makes me absolutely cringe every time I watch any of her things, and I just think that she can make her roles better.
You're really trying to fill that last segment.
Your 20 seconds starts now.
Okay, now the main reason why I'm thinking Leo, right, is because while he may have impactful dialogue, he screams it all. Okay, he screams most of his lines. I mean, you can think of every movie he's in, he screams it. So he talks a lot, yes, but he also screams all of it, and that I find personally very irritating, and I would rather listen to somebody else talk.
Michael, your 15-second rebuttal starts now.
I don't think Leo screaming has anything to do with it. I think any word that comes out of his mouth is absolutely enticing. I think a wider audience would agree with that. I think everyone agrees that the whole purpose of Sharpay was to be annoying. So whenever she spoke, the purpose was to be annoying, and that's perfectly portrayed. She spoke too much. It conveyed the correct meaning.
Hannah, your 15 seconds starts now.
I mean, Sharpay spoke a lot because of the fact that she was trying to influence Troy in general. And I mean, it was a kid's movie. You can't use your assets. So Leo just screams. That's all he does. He will say the line, but he'll scream it towards the camera looking down the barrel. And honestly, I think that actually lessens the impact.
I have an answer. Jeff, do you have an answer? We're going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. Michael.
Yeah, I knew that was going to.
There we go.
The comeback begins.
It was your personal house. I was like,
That is why I said it. I knew I would be playing to the correct audience. This is a repeat of what happened last time, because Courtney again got 2 points, and then I had to come back in the end.
Don't jinx it now.
Yeah, don't jinx it, Michael. Don't jinx it, Michael. Talking about jinxes, this is going to be a controversial question. This one is open-ended. Give me your honest answer. What is the biggest frustration about going to the cinema to watch movies?
Prices.
Hannah, you have 5
The
seconds.
limited amount of things that are showing.
Okay, cool. Michael, because I heard you first, you can start now.
I'm a student, and many people struggle with cash, especially in our country, but it's a big issue everywhere. Everything's too expensive. The snacks are too expensive. You can't sneak snacks in. The movies are too expensive. To actually get to the cinema, regardless of what they're showing, it's so expensive. How are you going to get there? Your thing will be good as the second problem, but to get in, that's the first problem. That's the price. It's the cost.
Time.
It's difficult.
Hannah, your 20 seconds starts now.
Okay, so with like programs like Stoke Kinnigal does the like half price Tuesdays, right? So that does help. And second of all, just buy a handbag, dude. I mean, nobody's gonna question it. And also with the limited amount of options is if you are running on a budget, yes, you want to go see something, but if there's only 4 things on and most of them are gonna be disappointing, then why would you want to go and see it?
Michael, your 15-second rebuttal starts now.
You can counter the limited amount of movies by watching an illegal site at home. I know it's bad, but you can. You can't counter having no money. Even if you're a student. if you have no money and you can't enter a damn cinema, doesn't matter how expensive it is, you can't fucking enter. So I want to leave it right there.
Hannah, your 15 seconds starts now.
Okay, so we've all done some stuff, okay, to get into a movie for free that we don't do. I mean, like, okay, so like you buy a ticket and then you go in after your movie's finished and you go into a different one. Guys, that works, okay? But if there's only 3 movies to watch, you're only gonna watch 3 movies. And once you've watched the 3, then...
Time. I would like to state that Plot Armor
Does not support piracy.
No, I do not endorse it either.
No,
do not
no,
endorse
I'm just
piracy.
saying- No, I don't.
The possibility
I don't.
is there.
For the sake
not a
of
pirate's
the
life for
argument,
I did mention Johnny Depp, so
No.
for the sake of the
no,
argument,
piracy is bad.
there are
3,
ways to get around
2,
both.
1,
Michael.
There we go.
I would have said Hannah.
I don't care. Okay, so down to the wire, you've both got 2 points each. This is like lock in for this one. Would you rather be inside Lightning McQueen or Bumblebee?
Lightning McQueen.
Okay.
You got yellow. You're wearing yellow. It's in favor.
Yeah, okay.
Michael, your 20 seconds starts now.
I'm a car fanatic. I love fast things. Bumblebee is really cool, but I would be a bit scared about getting hurt in the process while he's doing the whole flipperoonie. Lightning McQueen, he's fast as fuck. You have adrenaline. Everything that can happen is just pure and utter fun. You don't have to shit yourself in stress. Lightning McQueen.
I think I would at that speed.
Well, I mean, you're drifting.
Time.
You're driving fast.
Okay, cool. Hannah, your 20 seconds starts now.
Okay, so yes, you are going to get hurt in the process, but think of the insurance payout, guys. The insurance payout on those injuries would be massive. I can then buy a Lightning McQueen with that. But also, with the Bumblebee thing, it's a road car. I can use it outside of a racetrack. Lightning McQueen's a race car. I can only drive it on a track.
Time. Michael, your rebuttal starts now.
Lightning McQueen became a farmer, so he could drive it outside of a racing track. At the same time, Bumblebee, well, you'll only get hurt when you're inside of him. You're not going to be in accidents with him. He can actually stop himself from getting in accidents. You'll get more insurance fraud and stuff.
Time. Hannah, your 15 seconds starts now.
Okay, now I do believe that in the universe you would have to have some form of insurance to cover the fact if your car turned into a transformer because of the fact that battles would happen. But with Lightning McQueen, yeah, okay, cool, he became a farmer, except for the fact that you can't drive it at its top speed. Why would you put a Ferrari in, like, some...
Time.
You used all the horsepower.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I do.
He sounded very.
I just
unsure
need to
about
think. Yeah, I'm
I
set
feel
on
like
my
this
answer.
question is inherently biased towards Bumblebee, unfortunately, because he's a cooler character.
It's ironic considering the fact that I
You chose Lightning McQueen,
Okay.
bro.
I know that.
I have my answer.
I have my answer too.
And the answer will be announced in 3, 2, 1.
Michael.
Holy shit!
We have our main character for this. Well done, Michael Ludmore. Victory number 2. How does that feel?
I'm coming for your victory streak right there.
Yeah, good luck with your 3 more victories.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm on number 2. I'm undefeated. Come fuck with me, I dare you.
He's like, I've won. I can swear as much as I want.
Please can
No, I'm kidding. It was absolutely fun. It was phenomenal challenges. I enjoyed it. Always fun to be on the show, and I'm just happy I won. I'm competitive, so I get sour every time I lose.
While you're busy talking, do you want to just shout out a little bit more about yourself, talk about Mythical Mecca, all of that wonderful stuff, or you...
I'm going to heavily promo the fact that Mythical Mecca is having a geek like a mini con happening on the 15th of November at Nexus Hub. We will be having a lot of things: quizzes, merchants, artists, tabletop, board games, figure building, hopefully, and Red Rabbit Tattoo Studio will also be there. So it's literally a mini con. Come check it out, guys.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Hannah, would you like to shout anything out?
Not so much. I'm not competitive compared to Michael. So I get more pleasure out of poking the competitive one. So that was very satisfying. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I got a 48-hour film challenge in New York. New York? No, we're not doing it in New York. We're doing it in Seattle. We haven't signed up for the New York. Seattle in October on the 10th. And yeah, so...
How does one get into something like that?
You enter online.
Yeah, speak to the person.
Yeah. That's epic.
You talk to me and then I'll let you know.
And then finally, Jeffrey, anything you'd like to shout out?
You guys can just check me out on Instagram, follow my adventures that I've got going on at the moment. It's a lot to do with Vincent and Caleb and my girlfriend Ruth, but yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and I just want to thank you guys for having me on the show. It's always a fun time, and yeah, special thanks to Caleb and Vincent. You guys are awesome.
Everyone's awesome here.
But wewe're more awesome. It's our show.
Everyone is awesome, but some are more awesome than others.
You guys are awesome
We
too.
can make a hierarchy.
You guys are really cool.
With that being said, obviously we would really, really like to thank Tibadine. I genuinely think I finished mine like before question 2. Yes, there was a point where I looked over at Michael's and I wanted to be like, "Hey, well, what's that?" But
No, it's because Michael was coming at me so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to take a sip.
I don't come at you. I literally go at everyone. I will attack anyone that's in my path.
So thank you so much, Tibadine. You guys can check out her on Instagram and other social media platforms. We are linking all of that in the description down below. Obviously, we really want to thank God because, again, as we say at the end of every single podcast, none of this would be possible without him. So thank you there. And then finally, because Hannah, show your drawing. We need to thank JJ from JR
here's
Arts
my
and
drawing.
Design.
Which camera do I show it to? That one, or that one?
That one. So we have this tradition here at Plot Armor where when we have people comment to the show for the first time, so that obviously means not you, and that means not Jeffrey, we do like to have these caricatures drawn.
Can you put your hand on my face again?
So with that being said, thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.